Berlin is the capital and chief urban center of Germany. Berlin was the capital of Prussia and then, from 1871, of a unified Germany, though partitioned into East and West Berlin after World War II. The reunifications of East and West Germany lead to Berlin's reinstatement as the old German capital in 1990. This is only a weekend escape in Berlin, Germany. I was here last 2014. Seeing the city after 13 years is a lot of changes already. Join me on my weekend escape in Berlin. I'm Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. If you are new on my channel, please don't forget to subscribe, like, and click notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my new travel experience video. Enjoy watching. Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. The Holocaust Memorial in Berlin, also known as the Memorial to the Murdered Jews of Europe, is an installation commemorating the genocide of the Jewish people perpetrated under Adolf Hitler and the Nazis, a place of contemplation, remembrance, and warning, close to the Brandenburg Gate in the heart of Berlin. This site is the monument to the 6 million European Jews who died in the Holocaust, designed by the architect Peter Eastman and the Bureau Hapo. Many people feel that the memorial to the murdered Jews of Europe should include the inscriptions, artifacts, and the historical information. This was achieved with the Underground Information Center that was not part of the Iceman original vision for the memorial yet is now the significant part of the visitor experience of the site. The Brandenburg Gate is an 18th century neoclassical monument in Berlin, one of the best known landmarks of Germany. It was erected on the site of the former city gate that marks the start of the road from the Berlin to Brandenburg and der Havel, the former capital of the Margraviate of Brandenburg. The Brandenburg Gate acquired special symbolic power during the time when the Berlin was divided. With the constructions of the Berlin Wall in August 1961, the monument led lonely existence because it was henceforth to the restricted area and could be visited neither by the East Berliners nor by the people from the West. With the fall of the wall in 1989, the Brandenburg Gate became a symbol of reunification. On December 22, 1989, the gate was opened to the cheers of more than 100,000 people. However, the quadriga was badly damaged by the reunification celebrations that is had to be restored 2 years later. Bundestag, or the German Federal Parliament building. The Bundestag is the German Federal Parliament. It is the only federal representative body that is directly elected by the German people, comparable to the House of the Commons of the United Kingdom. This federal parliament building was built between 1884 and 1894. It serves as the seat of parliament in the German Empire and the Weimar Republic. During the Second World War, the building was heavily damaged. Since 1994, it has been rebuilt and renovated. The roof terrace and the dome of the Parliament building can be visited by the members of the public, and they offer spectacular views to the Parliament and the government district and Berlin sites. You are required to make a prior reservation before visiting the Parliament building. Carry a valid ID or a passport, and it's all original to gain an entry into the Parliament building. The building is fantastic and it is really good to see inside the chamber. Once the tour was finished, we were permitted to also visit the dome of the roof, which was the fantastic experience with the excellent rooftop views of Berlin. I would love 100% recommend adding this on your itinerary when you are visiting in Berlin. Checkpoint Charlie was the best-known border crossing between the east and the west of Berlin during the Cold War. At the height of the Berlin crisis in 1961, American and the Soviet tanks faced each other here. The former border crossing Checkpoint Charlie is one of the most important and the most visited sites in Berlin. The checkpoint booth was removed on 22 June 1990. About half a year after the wall opened in November 1989, the original booth now displayed in the Allied Museum in Berlin-Zallendorf. Later on, a copy of the first guardhouse was built in the site of Checkpoint Charlie, a much smaller booth than the one removed in 1990. Right in the heart of Berlin, nestled between the Spree River and the Spree Canal, lies the world-famous Museum Islands. Every year, millions of visitors came to see the five museums, whose spectrums of collection ranges from prehistoric to the 19th century art. Originally built from 1830 to 1930 by order of the Prozuan kings, according to the plans by the five architects, the Museum Island was designated an UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1999 because of its testimony to the architectural and cultural development of the museum in the 19th and 20th centuries. Berliner Dom or Berliner Cathedral is an early 20th century cathedral built during the reign of Kaiser Wilhelm II, constructed between 1894 and 1905. Ornate the crown with an imposing dome, Berliner Dome contains the Hohenzollern Royal Crypt, which is the final resting place of the amongst around 100 others Friedrich Wilhelm I, Elector of Brandenburg. Berliner Dome is the largest Protestant church in Germany and one of the most important dynastic tombs in Europe. The history of the cathedral dates back to the 1451. Former buildings were originally part of the Berlin City Palace. In the early 19th century, leading Prussian architect Karl Friedrich Schinkel transformed the court church into the neoclassical building. 5 years later, upon Wilhelm's II accessions to the throne in 1888, he wanted to the church to appear more elaborate in keeping with the imperial monarchy powers and prestige. Today, visitors can enjoy the church monumental dome, ornamental mosaic, gold pictures, and the numerous statues. Other notable artworks within the church include the marble and the onyx altar, designed by Friedrich August Stuhler, and the white marble baptismal font designed by the Christian Daniel Rauch. Every 20 minutes, there are guided tours to the cathedrals, which are included in the entrance fee. The Simplier Baptismal and the Matrimonial Chapel is also not to be missed, inviting visitors to stop and reflect. The Hohenzollern Crypt is the most important dynastic sculptures in the Germany, containing nearly 100 sarcophagi and burial monuments that span 5 centuries. In addition to the church services, the cathedral is used for the state ceremonies, concerts, and other events. Berlin TV Tower or Alexanderplatz, they started building the TV tower at the Mugelberg, originally planning on the reaching only 130 meters high in 1954, but found out that the tower would interfere with the flight plans. So after much debate, they changed its locations to Alexanderplatz, then the heart of the socialist city center at 366-meter heights. It was the second tallest building in the world. Today, the Friedrichstadt Palace is the largest and the most modern show palace in Europe. On 27th of April 1984, the new Friedrichstadt Palace opened. It measures 80 meters 260 feet wide and 110 meters 360 feet long and covers a floor area of 195,000 cubic meters or 255,000 cubic yards. In the concrete architectures retain basic ideas of the old interiors vestibule, but a new contemporary facade. The three reliefs on the south side of one of the north side on the building are works by sculptor Emilia in Bayer. They relate back to the history of the palace as a circus, theater, and a vaudeville theater. The Friedrichstadt Palace is the largest hall regularly used as a performing space and has a seating capacity of 1,895, the state floor of 2,854 square meter or 30,720 square feet in the largest in the world. The 24-meter or 75 feet wide proscenium arch is the widest in Europe. You can still choose a lot of shows in Berlin according to your taste of the day. Did you know that Berlin is one of the few cities that is the home to the three UNESCO World Heritage Sites, in addition to the famous Museum Insel, Museum Island, and the Prusuan Palaces and the Gardens? It is also includes the modernist housing state in Berlin. The German capital was also awarded the accolade of UNESCO City of Design. Berlin is thus a member of the UNESCO network of Creativity City. These photo clips of Wall of Berlin taken on my first visit last 2014. The most famous remaining sections of the Berlin Wall is in the East Side Gallery. The East Side Gallery is the longest remaining sections of the wall at 1.3 kilometers long, just short for a 1 mile, and it is the most popular place to see in the Berlin Wall today. I'm Ken from Travel the World with Thorkenn. Thank you for your love and support to my channel. Feel free to leave your comment about what did you see or any feedbacks that will help my channel to improve in the future. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and click notification bell so that you will be notified if I uploaded my new travel experience video. Stay safe and take care.